I feel like I have a lot to say, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm out here healing from my CO2 laser. I have this humongous hat, and I'm wearing my mask. But it's already peeling off a lot. I hope the sun, whenever I see the sun in the camera on my skin, I hope it's not getting to my skin. But I just have a lot to say. I guess first I'll just say that I'm so happy to have gotten the CO2 laser. I'm grateful I got it. I'm grateful I survived. I'm glad it was easy enough. The sedatives made a world of difference. Like, I'm just the type where I cannot help but rile myself up before those types of things, and I do not have a high pain tolerance, so I just need a sedative. So anyways, we made it out alive, and my skin is doing good. I haven't left the house until today. I got it done Wednesday afternoon. Squirrel! Today's Sunday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's day 4, and it's literally the first time I'm going outside, seeing the sun. I'm doing my best to cover my face from the sun at all costs still, but I have to take off the mask in order to record myself, so here we are, you know. I don't want the mask to fly away. But, it's so crazy how quick you can... I mean, first of all, the sedative took me out for like a couple of days. I like didn't know what day it was. My sleep was all wonky. I was sleeping more than usual. Oopsie. All of that. So, you know what? I'm just glad to be on day 4. Oh, what I was going to say was yesterday I was like, okay, I should get up. I should go for a walk. It's, you know, at 7 p.m. The sun is down. I have nothing to worry about in terms of my skin. But, and this happens to me so often, instead, I'm having this inner dialogue. Instead, I'm like, nah, I'm going to stay lazy in bed. And I'm going to be so lazy that, like, even if I have to pee, I'm not going to go pee, sort of thing. Which is depression, as we know. And so, that happened to me last night. I meant to wash my face, do a white vinegar soak, and then put the 2 creams on. One is like a prescription and then one is Aquaphor, and then just sleep like a mummy. And I didn't do that, and I woke up this morning like skin had shed like just a lot, and I was like, oh my god, I messed up my results. I wasted the whole procedure, like blah blah blah. And then, not to say that this is necessarily accurate, but I ChatGPT'd it and it was like, no, it's okay. Like, it doesn't affect your results or anything like that. Don't let it happen again. Like, you need to stay super moisturized the entire time. But the reason like so much skin flaked off is because you were so dry. And it's okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna let it happen again. I'm gonna take really good care of my skin. I don't know, I feel myself, even now I'm getting choked up. I feel myself on the precipice of, I'm very much in a transitional era of my life, like in so many ways. A butterfly just flew by. In so many ways, like from where I was living in Hawaii before, now I'm in LA temporarily, and my dog passed away. I dated someone, I broke up with that person. I'm having like an upgrade in my career soon, and I really feel like it's time to just step into this like new version of myself, this new and improved version of myself that has so much more like confidence and love and respect for herself and admiration and adoration, and she's proud of herself and her habits and her decisions, and that is who... Oh my god, there's a snake. What do I do? I mean, I'm too scared to walk past it. is obviously gonna lunge at me. What do I do? Is it alive? I don't want to like throw something at it either. I just want to be able to cross in harmony. But you never know. So I'm just gonna turn around, I guess. Oh, it's moving. Yeah, I'm too scared to like spook it. It is alive. It's not a rattlesnake. It looks like just a little garden snake. But, all right, I guess that's my sign to go. Wait, that's actually really scary. I turned around to like turn around and go the other way, and it's gone. So now it's like, I'm good to cross. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh. Yeah, well, anyways. So, that was so weird that I turned around and then it slithered away, and I wonder if it went backwards or forward. Either way, not my business. We are living in harmony. So anyways, trying to be my new self and be proud of, and you know what it just clicked for me is like, you get to a place where you're proud of yourself and you're proud of your decisions and your behaviors when you're actually doing the things that you want to do. And for me, that's like being, for me, that's like being disciplined with going outside every day, doing some sort of cardio, hopefully every day. I don't know, is walking cardio. And so many other things, right? Like staying off the basically content consumption, like so much online and on our phones, and I feel it turning my brain into mush. And just like the things that I think about, the things that I talk about, the things that are on my mind because I watch certain things. So I'm really trying to like tailor that as well. Now I'm listening to Think and Grow Rich, and I've listened to, I think her name is Jen Sincero. You're a bad beep at making money. Maybe I should listen to it again. And then another one that I just stumbled upon, which actually sort of is what took me to Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, because Esther Hicks, it starts with, the title is Money, blah, blah, blah. Money, no, every lizard is going to scare me. Money, love, health, something like that. So maybe I should go back to that because it's just more up my alley. Whereas the Napoleon Hill is like, first of all, it seems kind of misogynistic. Like every few sentences, he's like, this is advice from the richest men in the world. And I'm like, okay, well, of course it's still valid and valuable advice. I just, maybe I'm looking for something a little more new age. So yeah, there's that. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of breath. But the reason I'm listening to those specifically is because, well, it's been years now, but specifically in the last, like I said, it's really been years, and then even in the last few months, but I would say even more so in the last few weeks, I've been like, girl, you need to do something about this money stuff. Because first of all, like I said, I'm going to be having like a jump in my career, which means a little more of an income. And I'm terrified because I know that this is the way it works, that my relationship with money is that I always spend is exactly as much as I have. And obviously there's so much more to my relationship with money, but that's one of my habits and beliefs around money. So that's going to be a problem. If I make more money, I should be able to save more money. But that's not the case if you're not saving. I've never been good at saving. I don't even want to say these things out loud because I don't want to affirm myself in those ways. And I don't want to claim those narratives. But I'm just being honest about my relationships thus far. And I'm really eager and yearning to heal and mend that relationship. And I think just like, I don't know, healing is so interesting because I oftentimes have this sort of, my theory is that like, if you can just like, if your main focus can be self-love and self-acceptance and self-respect and self-forgiveness and all of those things, then maybe everything else falls in line. This is a theory, obviously. Rather than one by one focusing on, okay, this year I'm going to heal my relationship with money. Next year I'm going to heal my relationship with men. The following year I'm going to heal my relationship with food. Because I really just think it all goes hand in hand. Like, I can even thinking of those three topics, I'm not good with any of those. I'm not healthy with any of those. I don't have like a positive relationship with any of those. And I really want that to change. But circling back to my theory is like, I don't know if the best course of action is to just focus on self-love, self-respect, self-forgiveness, all of the self stuff, or one by one check things off the list. And also, you know what, the answer is, it's all of the above. Because there is no point where I'm going to be like, okay, I 100% love myself, forgive myself, all of those things. That's like a lifelong journey. And I bet, I don't know, is the case that it's the same for like your relationship with money or food or men or relationships? I don't know. I actually think that the self and your relationship with yourself and your relationship with God is like supersedes everything and needs to be focused on the entire time. Oh my gosh, this is all just coming to me at once. Whilst you do other little side quests like, okay, now I'm going to work on my relationship with money and whatever else it might be. But all that to say, I'm now like very much at a point where I'm like, okay, you know what, girl, it's time to work on that relationship with money. Like, I can't save. I don't know how to save. I don't save. I think I've saved, I remember years and years and years ago saving $2,500 to like lease a car. That was a big deal. But it was easy too at the same time. I was like, okay, just set aside $500 every week for 5 weeks, for example. So you know what, it's not that saving is hard, it's that deep down I don't feel worthy of it. Deep down I don't feel worthy of security. And that's what money is, most of all, right? A sense of security. And I want to heal that wound, you know? Similar to like my relationship with men. Like I want to heal that wound, and I am deserving and worthy of a man that makes me feel safe and loved and adored and cared for without ever like doing me wrong and Not, not to say ever doing me wrong, but like without any like huge betrayals, because that's one, most of us are concerned that like one day we'll get cheated on, or something of that nature. And I want to like manifest and focus on the fact that I know that like I'm deserving of that healthy, functional love. And so be it. And I claim that now. And this hill. Ooh, at the bottom is water. Anyways, so yeah. In terms of healing my relationship with money, exactly where I'm at, it's so crazy too, because I often, every couple of weeks, I would say, I have the urge to spend like $300 on Amazon. And I'm like, I need all of these like basics and toiletries and blah, blah, blah. And then somehow I never have enough clothes, which we know it's not that I don't have enough clothes, it's that I'm compulsive, and thank you. And that is the issue, is that compulsion issue. So I really would like to slow up on the shopping, save all the money I possibly can, sell all the clothes I can on Depop. I have so many clothes that I don't wear, and I think part of that is cathartic in and of itself, like getting rid of clothes that you haven't worn in years. Like, why is that in your closet taking up space? So, and then besides that, I want to do like audiobooks, like the few that I mentioned just now. And the other thing that I know, that's probably the number one biggest thing for me that I have just neglected is EFT tapping. And I know this to be true because I've done it before. There was one point in my life, let's say for a solid month, where I had a boyfriend and he was really sweet and just a good guy, but that has nothing really maybe it does have something to do with it. I had a night routine that I really liked, and I did, if I'm not mistaken, this EFT tapping that Gala Darling does on anxiety on YouTube. No. And then listen to a 30-minute meditation, and then put on, and like actually meditate, and then put on like 8-hour-long subliminals of a girl, usually a woman's voice, saying like, I am beautiful, I radiate love, those sorts of things. So I remember specifically at that time, especially towards like the third and the fourth week or however long I did it, I was like, I am vibrating at a higher frequency. I remember thinking I really wanted to start a podcast at that point, and I still kick myself for those sorts of things where I'm like, why haven't I been doing Instagram this whole time? Why haven't I been doing TikTok this whole time? Why haven't I been doing YouTube this whole time? Why haven't I been doing a podcast this whole time? And it's like, you just haven't. The best thing you can do for yourself is start now. And give yourself grace, You haven't, because who knows? It wasn't meant to be anytime earlier, like maybe, I don't know, maybe I would have said something crazy and someone would have heard it and I would have gotten sued or something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know. So I can make peace with that, where I'm like, okay, it's okay. But now is my time to speak my truth and say what's on my heart and get things off my chest. And right now, like I said, I'm like in such a transformative period or phase. I know on the other side I have so much to offer. I have so much wisdom and grace and compassion and empathy. I truly, truly, truly do. I'm going to get into that more eventually, especially, like I said, as I like heal and work past some of these things that I'm working on currently. So yeah. I don't know what else. I guess in terms of the money, yeah, the EFT tapping specifically on money, well, also on anxiety and anything else that I feel like. She has like millions of videos on there for the tapping, and so many of them seem like they would resonate with me, so I might as well try them all. I do also think that there is something to like just doing the same repetitive thing, maybe especially because I genuinely think that you can like rewire your brain into believing those things. Not to say that you can do EFT tapping for a month and you're never going to go back to those old thoughts. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that you can get to a point where you sorry, I was getting a call, where you genuinely believe those things to be true and you've worked through those old beliefs. And then I think, of course, it can come in and out, and the old thoughts can come in and out, and that's when like doing more tapping and stuff will be helpful. Journaling, EMDR therapy specifically, there's kind of like another thing that I want to work on hand in hand, because both of these feel extremely pressing. They've both been issues that I've wanted to work on since I've known about them, and I've mentioned before that I started my healing 2018, which is, I believe, 8 years ago, and I've definitely touched on my relationship with money in therapy, and I've also definitely touched on my experiences with SA. I don't really recall specifically if I've shared every single story. I don't actually think I've shared every single story. I don't even think I necessarily need to share every single story of my SA experiences. I don't know, that's not necessarily beneficial and oftentimes can be re-traumatizing. But what I do think could be, a squirrel, really helpful is the EMDR around what are the thoughts and beliefs about myself due to those experiences. So that is something I really need to work on too. And I think it all goes hand in hand. Like, I don't really think, I don't know, for example, I was gonna say, I don't really think you can have like unresolved what I'm talking about right now and like find success in life. But I actually don't think that's true, because you can, I'm sure we can all think of examples of like celebrities or people with notoriety that, you know, have been through crazy stuff and have surpassed it. But I guess what it is that, yeah, you're still surviving through the crazy things that you've been through, but you're not like healing and evolving and growing and turning that pain into purpose or helping others or whatever it might be. And that is my ultimate goal, is to get to a place where everything I've been through I can use to help somebody else. And that's really common. You hear so many people say that. So, and I will say the last thing that I really want to focus on is, sorry, I sound like I'm crying, but I'm not. Squirrel, another squirrel, is my relationship with God. And I was just listening to Almost 30, the podcast. It was just Krista Williams, not her partner, but it was her experience with, it was like, I think the title was like my relationship with God how I found God again, something along those lines. And actually, now that I'm thinking back on it, I remember in the beginning she said that she was going to touch on like I can't think of the word right now, reframing the word God. That's not the word that I'm looking for, but like if you've been kind of like traumatized or troubled, like for me, I can relate to that, where God just feels very like church, and I didn't have a great experience, and I know they're not one and the same, but it feels very much that way. And so I want to be able to say God and feel nothing but, even now I feel like I'm gonna burst into tears, feel nothing but eternal love. And I'm just so eager and so looking forward to that. And I think those are important things to be consuming, probably most of all, because it's so positive and it's so just helpful to hear that, like, you know, an example of something that she said that really stuck with me was like, just like how we can see, it's super obvious how when a child has two loving parents that cherish and adore and love it and support it unconditionally, that child tends to be, you know, better adjusted and kind of has a leg up in the world and all of that. Like, knowing that you're supported and someone loves you no matter what and has your back no matter what. And she was, like I said, this was Krista Williams. She was explaining how that's like what a relationship with God is like, you know, he is the Father, the Holy Father, and like having that strong relationship with him, you just know in your heart. It's making me so emotional because I crave it so much. There's a biker behind me and I'm yearning for it so much, and I need to give myself credit. I am doing it right. It's not like I'm saying I want a relationship with God and then I'm not exploring at all. I'm doing a lot of exploring and learning and opening my mind and expanding my consciousness and just being open to surrendering, being open to God. And I catch myself so often thinking, just, God, please, just guide me, you know. And anyways, so those are the three main things for me right now. I forgot what they were. The God thing and just spirituality in general, and, you know, vibrating at a higher frequency because of that. And I super my headphone fell out. I super believe in that, and I even feel it now, like, or over the years as I strengthen that relationship. The two other things were the money thing. Oh yeah, the money thing and the essay stuff. And I really just know that I'm gonna feel like I'm committed to it. I'm serious. I already am in therapy, but I want to specifically do, especially while I'm healing from my face and don't have much else going on, like maybe 2 sessions in next week and two sessions the following week. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm overreaching, but I'm not sure. But yeah, like, I'm dead serious about just changing my relationship with all of those things and healing my relationship with all of those things. And again, it's not going to be 100% healed, but I already know in my heart of hearts that I'm going to feel so much lighter and brighter and, like I said, vibrating at a higher frequency. And being receptive, having a receiving energy, receiving God's guidance, God's love, God's support, receiving abundance, receiving wealth, receiving health. And I'm excited. I really am. Okay, thank you for hearing me out. This is my little hole so that way I could breathe, because it's hard to breathe with these masks on. You forget how uncomfortable they are. But not that I'm saying thank goodness that happened years ago, but it is convenient that masks have been normalized. And if anybody gets like a nose job or a crazy laser like me, you pretty much can go into public and hide your face and no one's gonna bat an eye. So anyways, thank you for hearing me out. Kisses. I'm feeling better. I really am vibrating at a higher frequency, and it's been kind of sort of ebbing and flowing a little bit. Look how beautiful it is. I need to get closer over here. I think it's been ebbing and flowing a little bit, especially with like staying at home for 4 days with my face looking like this. But again, I'm really trying to stunning. I'm really trying to just focus on the positive, be grateful that I was able to get the procedure. It's temporary. In a matter of time, in a matter of days, it'll be over, and then I just need to like upkeep it. I think one of the best things I can do for myself is like manifest radiant, healthy, gorgeous, plump skin and hair. And I think that's the next thing I really need is a hair, skin, and nails gummy that I actually like and that actually works, because those are, I like just having my nails done. I feel much cuter with my nails done, but the hair and the skin are like so hugely important in the most vain way possible. Like, I just feel so much better about myself with clean, clear, glowing skin and long, full, luscious hair. So yeah, anyways, thank you for hearing me out. And oh gosh, this is just so beautiful. All right, talk to you later. Bye.